YouTube, what's going on? It's me, Vinny here. Today we're going to be knocking out this full two-step polish, compound polish on this black Jeep. They're getting a full 5-year ceramic coating. We're going to take you around real quick just to take a look at it. They're getting a full 5-year coating on this. They got the whole wheels and everything, so we're going to do that. They got all the plastic trim around. It's a Jeep. It's got all that trim. And then we're going to knock out all this black paint. I'll be showing you guys a little bit more in depth of what the paint looks like after I get it washed, clayed, and decontaminated, just so you guys can see what we're working with here. Oops, don't mind that. But yeah, through my video today, I'm going to be going through some of my comments, questions, and stuff like that you guys have been asking. Just because I've been pretty busy, I haven't been having time to make the YouTube videos while I'm working. It does take a lot of time out of my work, and I like to make sure my work is focused more focused on than I am on YouTube. So we'll be going to that. I'll be answering my water Deionizer. You guys keep asking where do I get that from. I'll be showing a little more of my setup for the people that are asking. I have my second truck setup going on, trying to get ready for this summer. So we got a lot of stuff going on, trying to get ready for this spring, summertime, just to make sure that we're growing constantly, because that's what you want to do, but the right way, not the wrong way. So let's jump into it. I'll answer the questions and we'll get going. Right, and so a lot of people keep asking me about this water Deionizer that I have. So I'm going to start with that first before we jump into the paint and stuff like that. But it's right here behind me. It is a Culligan brand water tank, water Deionizer. I actually rent it from them, from their shop in Arden. I'm in Sacramento, so that's my local Culligan water. I don't know how popular they are, how busy they are in other places, but I get that from them. You can get a home system and stuff like that. Those only run about 300-400 gallons of deionized water. So if you're working from home, those work perfect. If you want to rinse off the car afterwards, you're done. Super easy, super convenient. It helps a lot. If you're like me, I'm running full deionized water through my tank every single day in my van. I don't change that. I don't fill it with, regular tap water from the water hose. Since I've done this, it's been completely 100% deionized water, and I get about 10,000 gallons from that tank right there. It is a little pricey. The first time, I think when I went in to get it, it was about $400. $400, half of it was a deposit, and the other half was for getting the tank and the resin. It's like $175 or so, and then $200 for a deposit because it does come with me. If anything happens to it, if it gets stolen or anything, that $200 deposit, they'll be keeping that. So that was that. Every time I exchange it, so there's a little light on there. Let me show you guys. There's a little light right here. That is an indicator light. I don't have it plugged in just because it's fairly new. I don't need it. But when it's plugged in, it'll show green, which means that it's still filtering water correctly. And when it shows up red, that means the resin is pretty much done with. It's ran out. It needs to be refilled. When you do that, you got to take it in, or they have a pickup service, but I have a truck and I have everything, so I just take it in and get it the same day instead of having to wait. It's $175. I know it's kind of pricey, but when you think about it, that's probably about one job that I do. To be honest, that's one day of work, and that gives me 10,000 gallons, about 2 to 3 months worth of water. So it's worth it for me. If you're at home yourself, do it yourself kind of person, then I'd probably say go buy like the smaller ones. I started off with that one. It only lasted me 3 tank fill-ups, and it was $400. So I was like, yeah, I'm not refilling this and doing that every single 2 weeks or so. So I found this. I had some people let me know that they were here in Sacramento, so I reached out to them. It was a little bit of a hassle, but it wasn't that serious. I just had to make some calls to different people. So I have that now. It's amazing. I don't have to worry about black paint. I don't have to worry about it drying super fast. I don't have to worry about any of that. Most of the time I rinse the cars down, and I start packing up somewhat while I let the vehicle dry on its own. And then when I come up to dry it, it makes it way easier. I don't soak my towel. There's not so much water that needs to be absorbed because it gets evaporated by the sun. So that's the first question. I'm gonna go check out the other questions on my channel, and then I'll be right back. So we're about an hour in now. It's 9:47. I started around 8:30 because I set up my tent. I brought the customer's car here. I set up the water. I filled it all up and everything. But you can see right here, we're about to get ready to jump into the polish, or to the compounding step, the first step. We're gonna measure the paint. We're gonna check everything, make sure it's not too thin. But yeah, this is pretty much how the whole thing looks. I know you guys can see all those swirls. When I explain to my customers, I always tell them spider webs because they're like, I don't really know what you're talking about. I'm like, well, look at your car, and this car's black, so it's really easy to notice. I'm like, just picture it as a bunch of spider webs in your paint. So yeah, we're gonna see how long this takes us. We're gonna try, obviously we're gonna try the least most aggressive step first and see how it does, and then we're gonna move into whether we need a roof spine. I bought a few white pads as finishing pads and stuff like that, just because we're gonna see how soft the paint is. But yeah, you can see pretty much how swirled this paint is, and it's black, so it's obvious it's gonna be like that. Black paint, you notice everything. So other than that, in the shade, I mean, wow, it looks good, nice and glossy, everything. But yeah, when that sun hits, it ruins that look. So we're gonna bring it back to life. All right, so we're gonna jump into our test spot. We're gonna run the test spot right here. I have the lights in the back. You can pretty much see the swirls. I also have my correcting light from Harbor Freight, Braun, or however you say it. It is a color matching like paint light, but it also works really good for swirls, and it was only 40 bucks, so can't go wrong with that. I have all my polishes, compounds, surface prep, all that, pads, towels, and then we're gonna be running the 5-inch 15 millimeter. It's the LHR 15 Mark III. I can run that one all day, no problems. And then I have a changed backing plate on there, helps it with the rotation and stuff like that. So let's jump in and see how good this this quick test spot goes. Alright, so after just a quick pass, honestly, you could take a look at that right there. This is the full finished section. And we'll jump over to over here. Then you can see the swirls. Whether they're watermarks or water etching in the paint. You can see it right off that light. And you jump this way. It up pretty good. And that's a one step with the yellow pad. So we might not even have to compound. If you don't have to compound, you don't want to. Because then you're just making a clear coat thinner, or you're cutting down more paint than you need to be. So if that step works, we're gonna run that through the whole car. And if there's any spots that are more difficult, then we'll just run a better pad or a stronger one and a stronger polish or compound. Like right here, there's a little bit, you can see a little bit of a deeper scratch on the door, maybe from getting in and out right here. But the rest cleaned up pretty good. Minute questions. People were asking me if I can make some videos on how to start, what tools you'll need to start and stuff like that. What tire dressing do I use? Right now I'm using Decked Out by Shine Supply. It's actually a really good one. I like it. It's kind of pricey, but really good tire shine. It leaves an amazing finish. I had a few other ones. I'll be posting some more videos coming up soon. I still have to finish my truck setup. I have it halfway done. It's already working. I just still need a vacuum compressor and the reels, and then to bolt those up. I'm just running through the final stuff here. We just finished doing the fender wells, coating those. I used a 303 graphene. I think it's a 1-year coating, but it's for plastics and stuff like that. I used the 5-year on the plastic exterior, 5-year on the glass, 5-year on the paint. We went and did the grill, we did the bumper, wheels, fender wells, glass, front lights. So that's pretty much everything. It's looking pretty solid. Letting it sit out here for just a minute. My bad, go through again. Letting it sit out here just for a minute before I take it back, do the final touches, take care of it. But yeah, paint was actually really easy to work with. Came out really good. I'll have some videos and stuff like that in between the polishing process and all that stuff of how it looked. So I'm just gonna clean the inside windows, wipe the door jambs, and then we're gonna get ready to take this back to the customer. Now we're pretty much done. It is about like 5:30 right now, I think. So gonna get ready to take this back to the customer. We started at about 8:30, so 8:30 to 5:30, that's a full day, full polish, correction, coating, wheels, glass, paint. So it's been a long day, but it's a good one. So we're all set. We're gonna finish up here and gonna wrap it up. Peace out.